In the fall, your first seasonal winner was at NZ Rotham, who blocked a shot in the rec, and his teammate drains the game winner from full court. The chilliest play of winter.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Joined now by Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and our sideline reporter, David Aldrich. This is Kevin Harlan. With us tonight, one of the quickest players in league history, Kenny the Jet Smith. I almost feel like we are nearly ready for...
Kevin, thanks.
Thanks, David. Kenny, your teammate Akeem Olajuwon, a lead on both ends. Who do you think is the best all-around big man in the game right now?
Well, as great as Akeem was, you know, Shaq was probably just the greatest ball handler as guys today. You know, when you think about that, like Giannis and Embiid, those two come to mind. They probably would have gave it to Shaq, but he would have had his shit.
Now the starting group for Orlando. The lengthy bigs inside, Isaac and Bamba. Tiny out there with Trae Young. And it's Reddish in at the three, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Then there's Griffin, and it's Terrell in at the power forward.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And it's Orlando with the rebound. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland.
An interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
And here are the Trailblazers. It's a three-point game. Looking at the career of Damian Lillard, so many great shots, big-time shots that won games. Kenny, is clutch shooting something you learn, or do you have to have that innate ability to just mentally handle it?
I think it's both. I think you learn where the shot comes from, as well as you're born with the ability and the lack of fear to take it.
Griffin kicks to Lillard. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Griffin. There's the triple. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
Tiny. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Kenny, your former team, the Rockets, have suggested that the league move to start the free agency ahead of the NBA draft. From what you hear, is that idea picking up some momentum?
Well, that's how it is in other pro leagues.
It is, right.
You have the free agency, then you know exactly what you need in the draft. So it would make sense. You drafted something, and all of a sudden you get all these different free agents. You don't need those young players because typically young players are 2 to 3 years away.
The landscape changes.
Yeah, it has, but I like the way we have it because the one advantage with the rookies is they come in as a brand, which is an advantage to you. You think about Zion coming in, it changed the entire landscape of the Pelicans franchise. Like, those guys do have a lot of value if they played in college and been able to build up that brand.
Gets it to go. That one good from Tiny. Tiny's got 12 points in the game.
And he delivers another blow. Something's gotten into him this quarter. He's carrying them offensively.
Kenny, your career saw the expansion of the NBA as the league added several new teams. How did expansion change the league and change for the players when you were on the floor?
Well, probably Greg can answer this better because he had to move out of the country when expansion came in. With the Vancouver. So how did that feel? Leaving the country, not just leaving the state, but leaving the country.
And that's the point. It is different. Like, I mean, obviously it's still North America, and Canada's very close to us culturally, but it's still different. And the other big part was, you know, they knew about basketball, but it wasn't a part of their fabric. So a lot of times you were trying to educate fans to help them, you know, have have interest in the game. So it was different, man, especially growing up as a kid. You know, I never dreamt of playing in Vancouver for the Grizzlies. that didn't never really entered into the equation.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Griffin. Alex Caruso comes in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Orlando moving the ball around. No good from Tiny.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
Orlando leading by 9. On the court for Orlando. The lengthy bigs inside. Isaac and Bamba. Trae Young is out there with Tiny. And it's Reddish in at the 3 spot.
The NBA definitely is a global product, and at the same time, Commissioner Silver reaffirming the league's American values of free speech. This caught some people off guard, perhaps. It's not always easy, is it?
Well, he's got the most difficult job, and you got to give the commissioner a lot of credit, staying true to who he is and what he feels the league is about, and able to tell that story to the world, and not just here nationally, but internationally.
Sacrifice money that was coming into the league for values that he thought were important.
Bottom line, freedom is not free.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Tiny in the last game against the Cavaliers was phenomenal. He scored 54 points, and he was really dialed in from three-point land, making a lot of long ones. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
No, I think he will, because he takes being a leader seriously, and it shows in how he approaches things at both ends of the court.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, after playing very little in the first of the season, McCollum is very electric since year 3, and he has a lot left to accomplish.
And again, it's the Magic from deep.
His energy level has never dropped in his game. I mean, he's working his tail off, and the D is struggling to keep up.
Lillard outside. McCollum, and it's blocked. Oh, and here comes Young all alone. Finished off the break. And now it's a 9-point Orlando lead.
Right there, you love what Young gives you. A great facilitator in transition, and he's also a terrific finisher.
And we want to thank the Jet for giving us his thoughts. Kenny, you can stop by here anytime. That door is always open for you.
Well, the door's open, but I'm going to steal a key just in case you don't invite me back. I'm taking it right now.
Well, he'll have the key.
Yes, sir. I'm taking the key right
come
now.
on. He's a
We'll tell
fellow,
G-Way.
fellow PG. We got to let him in.
Yes, sir. I want to be back.
You guards always stay together. And what an experience it was, Greg, to have Kenny joining us. You always know he's going to give you his honest opinion, which makes him so great.
Kevin, and throughout his playing days and now as a broadcaster, Kenny has never pulled any punches. He'll tell it to you like it is, and that's one reason he is so beloved.
Didn't have a free throw in the first quarter, but you can see he's starting to play with more energy now. He has a tougher attitude.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line. That's his 5th three-pointer of the half, filling it up.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum, stripped away. And the wide-open shot from Reddish. No good with the triple. Lillard with it, and Young picks him up defensively. To the paint. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
And the leap McCollum has taken has been remarkable. He's reserved his first 2 years to star scorer. Are you kidding me?
Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Damian Lillard. And the Magic making a change here as well. Favors is checked in. Here's Tiny. Backed in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 6th assist on the night.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And it's Jonathan Isaac with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First trip to the line for him here. First one falls for him.
and a big boost to his offense. Griffin's improved shooting consistency from long range and from mid-range.
He's checked in for Portland. Ando comes in for McCollum. Orlando also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Jonathan Isaac. Hampton comes in for Reddish. And it's Fulton for Young. Here's Simons. He's got 6. And the rejection by Favorites. Here's Tiny. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Orlando Magic. 13 points up at the end of the period. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. What can you say? Tiny, an impressive effort here today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Then there's Griffin, and it's Sampson in at the 3. I know you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts of maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Any sharp guys in the NBA. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season, the Blazers were beset by injuries, and they fell short of their goals. Their star, Damian Lillard, said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way. But they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A.
And Blake Griffin, the combination of power and agility, that guy is a handful inside.
Yes, yeah, he can finish with either hand. He favors that right block, and he's got an array of moves down there to keep it guessing.
And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. The shot by Lillard wide open. Lillard again missing. Magic leading by 13. That one finds the mark on target from Tiny. Tiny's got 29 in the game.
They've got this lead because he's at the top of his game. He has been the story tonight.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Look at Tiny. He's been really playing well.
They got to start guarding him out to about 28 feet because he's...
.157 left in the third. Here's Simons. He's got 6. Count it, and the Orlando lead has been kept down now to just 11 on the basket from Harkless. Orlando, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. No good from Tiny. And Simons, who's got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Pass to Harkless. Here's Simons. Randall outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Terrell. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Magic leading by 11. Here's Tiny. And he makes it look easy. Dunking it hard with one hand.
Wow. Solid court awareness. Leave someone open on Fult's squad and you're going to regret it.
Pass to Harkless. They get a hand on it. Out in his own on the break. Here's Tiny. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. 33 points for Tiny.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Simons.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
The offensive rebound. Fultz goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Magic lead by 17.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Simons, guarded by Fultz. Simons surveying the D. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Simons has got 8.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
And so it's Orlando. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we'll be back with you shortly. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. The lengthy bigs inside, Isaac and Bamba. Tiny out there with Fultz, and it's Hampton at the 3 slot. That one's good, and the Magic lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Randall.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Here's Hampton, and he makes good on the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Simons. To the middle. He's got a clear path. Here's Tiny. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Yeah. Oh, getting back on defense.
Here's Simons. Guarded by Fultz. Randall right side. Shot clock at 6. Here's Simons.
A big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Final quarter here. For a minute and a half through it. Now a timeout called by Portland. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Sanson's checked in, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Alex Caruso.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
Lillard from outside. It's rebounded by Tiny.
And not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just won in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Trailblazers trail by 18. That's a 2 from Lillard. It's hauled in by the Magic. Bamba's got 11 rebounds in the game. Man, showing some terrific range. Tiny's got 43 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Lillard attacking. Over Young. Lillard again missing. And the Magic with possession. They're on a 12-3 run. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
The basket looks as big as the ocean right now. I mean, that's how easy he's making it look.
McCollum dishes to Griffin. Shoots over Bamba. Portland no good that time either.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Good. Another from three.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. McCollum outside. Sampson, the pass to Griffin. It's McCollum on the wing. Count that one.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Magic.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Tiny.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Orlando also making some changes. Temple's checked in, and Terrence Ross is subbed in for Reddish. And Henson kicks to Randall. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
He's played with a doggedness and determination. That's how you end up with double-digit boards.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Trailblazers. And here is Henson. Passes it to Bembry. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Another bucket. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Randall outside. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Trae Young.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Both free throws good from Randall. Lets it go from deep. That one doesn't go. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up for David.